Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. You know, this Donald Trump, president elect phenomena is just that, a phenomenon. People are in the streets say he does not represent us. I wonder what is their representation? Are they saying that the Clintons represents them? And if that is what they are saying, then the president elect and those who are his followers had already said they were going to do the same thing. They were going to hit the streets and say that the Clintons do not represent them. So either way, this was going to happen. What is the solution? Here is the moment for a message to be made known to you, the people. The situation that we are in, we hate that we're here, but we are here nonetheless. And we must take advantage of this moment. There are those of us who say that we believe in God, and there are those of us who don't. And those of us who say we believe in God all believe that even though we come from different directions, that we are headed to the same place. And I want you to think about that for a moment, because I want you to know that even though you have the freedom to believe all of those different ways, you find yourselves right here in the middle of this hell. So whatever you believe in did not prevent you from getting here. So I would suggest that perhaps you've been believing in something that was not really designed to get you out of here. And I say that with a pure heart because I'd like to suggest to you that there is a God, as you presumably already are aware of. But that God needs a representation of that God. We are walking down a path that is dark. And where is the light? The light is with the truth. And where is the truth? The truth is with God. And who? God is a spirit, represents God here in this darkness, except those who are truly born again. And who are those that are born again? Those who are truly born again are those who God has delivered a message to them. God has exposed himself to them, and by so doing has eliminated all doubt about whether God is real or fake. They don't need a Bible, they don't need a voice, they know for themselves that God is real. But because they know that God is real, it is something very special of them is required. And that is to walk according to the truth that they know. Not to the blindness what people are guessing, what people are trivializing, but according to what they know. And what they do is when they come up against the light, against that which isn't of the light must shine. What am I saying? I'm saying that this is the way that God is glorified. This is the way that darkness, and darkness do not understand the light unless the light explains itself. It's going to happen. And when it does, if the truth be truth, it's supposed to stand there in the midst of whatever comes at it from the darkness. And it can't lose. Whatever happens, God gets the glory. So, to this degree, the church in its leadership has failed. But to go beyond this, because there are going to be forces that's going to come at us at this angle that's going to be surprisingly surprising to many of you. And choices will have to be made. Now, the thing that I'm telling you, I'm not telling you to do this so you can just go that way. It's not going to work that way. What I'm telling you is to reassess what's going on in your own lives, to reassess with the way you see things, to try to understand God in the light of what your responsibility is to this operation. Understanding that there is something, my God, those of you who have not been called, who have not seen the hands of God, it must be so frustrating. It must be so devastating to you not knowing which way to go. You look at some of the preachers, and some of them are millionaires and billionaires, and they got planes and jets, and they're flying here and there in the poverty-stricken areas. And whatever they do seems to be turning to gold with the people, and their condition still remains the same. There are those who perhaps don't travel that far around, but they get around, and they do their things, and they look good amongst the public, and they look good on TV. And yet there are those of you who are struggling by, trying to make it, trying to get the bills paid, and you, well, whatever you do, you're not doing too much better than the rest of them. The world is still sliding on down the front. And why is this happening? It's happening because you're traveling down a path that leads you straight down that tunnel that you're going down. The God of the one that says, I am, stands up and does not. It does not. And by not doing, it becomes a light ready to take anything. See, the thing that makes you so beautiful is that you're not willing to do damaging things. Damaging things come from the forces of the ones that want to make you do. The true God of life gives you choice. If you choose to stand up, if you choose to stand up and don't waver, there's a beautiful reward for you. I'll tell you about it some other time. I'm going to leave it. I think I hear my wife calling. Bye.